So yeah, tournaments. Going to be doing tournaments. Tournaments are fun. We can't do the same tournament again. We have to come up with more interesting and new things. The semi-final, I've been over that. We did. Well, we wanted to do co-op, didn't we? We wanted to do 2 dance mats. Turns out one of the dance mats that I bought was a dud and didn't work. So actually, we had to do it with 1 dance mat and just made them do it on their own. I mean, there's 8 buttons on a dance mat, and there are 4 buttons in co-op, so it still worked. And the final was supposed to be an Ouya game called Get On Top. And I hadn't realised it was a free-to-play. I thought it was a free-to-play thing. I hadn't realised it was not a free-to-play thing. Because it's just a really tiny little game. There's barely anything to it, but it's quite addictive and a lot of fun and very competitive. So I thought that would be perfect. Turns out it's not free. It's a thing where the demo is you may play it once per day. Once you quit the game, that is the end of your play and your demo time is over. That wasn't good because our contestants managed to accidentally quit the game before they started it. And then next time we booted it up, it said, "Thank you for playing, please buy our game." So I duly did attempt to buy it there and then on the spot in the middle of the friggin' tournament, right before a huge audience. Nevertheless, sorry, your servers are down at the moment. We cannot connect to process your transaction. Oh my god, really? Seriously, of all the times for it to not work. So Sneal had his big gaming computer up on the stage already, so we just fired up Dive Kick and played that instead, and that's really fun. I hadn't played it before. It is really fun. We're gonna have to do some more of that. We then hooked that up to the dance mat later just for funsies, and that was amazing. Dive Kick, if you don't know, is a fighting game with only 2 buttons. It's got dive, which jumps you into the air, and kick, which kicks you down to the ground. And if you kick on the ground, you kind of do a backwards jump. Which, yeah, is pretty simple, but quite compelling. And the rounds are really lightning fast, because it's literally just 1 hit kills the opponent. If you kick the opponent at all, that's it. They lose. And it's first to 5 wins. So that went down well, and I'd like to see more of that in the future. If you ever get the chance to see them at a convention, if you find a Dive Kick booth at, I don't know, PAX or E3 or whatever's nearest, they will usually have their custom-built controls. They've got these sort of bespoke-built gaming pads that it's like, you know, like you get the Street Fighter fighting sticks and stuff. It's like that, except it's huge and only has 2 really, really big, satisfying buttons to press. Well, I say they're satisfying. I don't know. I've been told they're satisfying to press. I imagine they would be. I gather they were fairly expensive. However, I would like to build something approximate to it on the cheap. I'm sure it must be doable. I mean, how hard could it be? Famous last words. So yeah, I want to build giant, big, clunky, clicky buttons to do a Dive Kick pad out of. That should be fun. Are we on to Radiance? We're up to Radiance. Brilliant. Cool, there are Radiants in here. I've got a 9 pod. I feel like I've seen a 12 somewhere and I didn't pick it up. And I bet everyone was shouting at me when I didn't, so sorry. And this is Fun Time's room, isn't it? This is the room I always hate. I've got full health, 3 pills. Let's make it so. That's 1. Not didn't want to go through that. Okay, there's 1 there. Okay, spikes, go away, please. Oh lord, there's too many of them! Can you take it, Captain? Oh lord. How many? There's one more somewhere. I bet it's in this corner. It's not in this corner. Is it this one? It's not this one. Which means it must be this one. It's this one. Ow, shouldn't have hit those spikes. And we're out of here! Haha! Excellent. I am so smart. SMRT. So yeah, we're looking to the future. Can I do another floor? Let's do it. Let's go through 5 floors today. Let's try one more. So yeah, we're looking to the future. It's definitely successful enough that we think we can carry on with it. I mean, we actually, given the things we bought, plus the room rental, we lost a lot of money on it. Between all of us. The Kickstarter obviously covered all the room rentals, but there's more to it than that, because we had to buy giant Jenga and move controllers playing Johann Sebastian Joust and everything. And that adds up, man. That adds up a lot. What have we got in here? It's not often I come down to see Basil these days. We have got... I have no idea what sells. I'm running... I guess the stuff that sells is the stuff that comes from bosses, which would be... is Acheron? No, it's not Acheron. Acheron. I was thinking that was the Faust, but no, Acheron's obviously the one I'm running around with. Which one is it? Are any of these Royal Jelly Crowns? How many people actually use Royal Jelly Crown? It's got sleep resist on it. I don't think it's that popular, right? I mean, I guess it's kind of a cool helmet to wear, but... what's the demand for that like? Wild Hunting Blade is a pretty sword, but no use. I don't know. I'm going to skip it just because I don't know market prices. Let's go do a Shadow Lair! Or not. Let's not do a Shadow Lair. That would be... No. Let's just hop over that. So, if we're losing money on this, how do we carry on doing this? Well, my thoughts on the matter, and I think many of my colleagues agree with me on this one, is perhaps doing a smaller thing. The majority of the event that got used... Sweet. I like this music. The majority of the event that got used was not actually the bit we paid the most for. The main auditorium with the big screen, cinema screen gaming, cost us most of the thing. That's why it was our primary target, just because it's so expensive. But, you know, in practice, actually, what it turns out is a lot of people go up there and go, ooh, I can play on a cinema screen. And then when they find out that we've already picked a game out for them that we expect them to play, and they can't just pop in Gears of War and sit down and chew through Waves of Horde for 45 minutes with their friends, because that would be taking up most of the event and wouldn't let anybody else play, which is our thoughts behind that. A lot of people actually just walk out because they didn't get to play what they wanted to play. So, I mean, we've tried let people play what they want in the past. That doesn't work because people want to play something they can sit down for a long period of time on. Nobody wants to fire up a game just to play 2 minutes, just to change the disc for someone else to play. That doesn't work. If somebody wants to sit down and play a game on a giant cinema screen, they want to sit down and play for half an hour or an hour or so. If they're playing Halo, Call of Duty, they're going to sit down and have a full match, and that's going to take 15-20 minutes. And people just kept waiting and perhaps watching something that they're not interested in, so that doesn't work. However, telling people that what we have on today for you is Battle Block Theatre, this fast, fun-paced game that's fun for the whole family, and it's very entertaining and funny and charming and quirky, and it's not what they came to see. They've never heard of it, and they're not interested in finding out what it is in many cases. And some people sat down and had a great time with it, and, well, quite frankly, they had the place to themselves because nobody else wanted to play it, so they did get to sit down and play it for like 45 minutes because they were the only ones willing to. So good. I'm glad they found something fun that they wanted to play there, but unfortunately not everybody did. So the cinema screen is just a really difficult space to work with. I don't think it's a space that works well, unfortunately. It's great on paper. As an advertising point, as a bullet point to put on your flyer and say, come and play video games on our cinema screen. That'll bring people down. Maybe. But will they come back when they find out that actually it wasn't what they expected and it was actually not all that? I'm wondering if that's where we might have gone wrong in the past, because we sort of forged on with the cinema screen thing all the time anyway, because it was free and we could, and it really wasn't worth it. So, you know, if we cut that cuts the cost of our event dramatically, and the amount of money we did make on the box office would actually cover the rest of the venue, and then turn a little bit of profit for us as well, which would allow us to fund bigger and better things. So we're kind of thinking maybe if we downsize it and lose the cinema screen in the future, well, we're going to have to market it even harder because we don't have the big selling point, but at the same time, we've got a much cheaper event. Hello, Spark of Life, I like you. So that's probably the root button mash is headed, I suspect. Another route that Jono, the the venue owner, suggested, and it was something we have contemplated, especially after Rezzed and the response we got from some of the game developers at Rezzed, is like sponsorship, offering up like essentially booths. So, there is a burlesque night on this Friday, and I gather they're doing something very similar. They basically found people to sponsor them and saying, okay, we'll put up a table and let you do your thing, promote your business, sell your wares. There's an Eternal, I like Eternals. It'll let you do whatever the heck you want with your table for the duration of the event. We'll bring the people in, you sell them your stuff, and in exchange, we charge you however much for the table. I think he suggested about £35 for a little table when you're starting out, bringing the crowd that we're kind of, but saying, oh, yeah, you could really scale this thing up and it could be massive, and I'm carrying a green. Why am I carrying a green? Was there not a yellow? Have we not got yellow anywhere? Got one. So yeah, oh yeah, if you got bigger, you could invite people like Nintendo, not Nintendo, but people like Sony down could potentially come down, or Nokia, and someone sell their latest phones. I have no idea what I'm doing with this room. I'm moving this statue. That's what I'm moving. So yeah, invite Nokia down to come sell their phones, and they might pay like for like 400 for a table. If you're bringing loads of people down, it'll totally be worth it to them, and they'll pretty much pay for your event. It's like, well, that's a nice idea, but we shall see. That seems a bit outlandish at this point in time. I ain't done yet. I got more to talk about. I'm going for another run. I'm going down one more. Let's do it. Let's keep going. Ooh, it's level 7.999, which means it's time to heat it up. Let's see. Oh well, depends how many crystals I've got. The old fortune. I don't know how. Need to check my crystal count. I might have loads. I might not. I probably don't, because I only heated it up to 7 not so long since. And it had the heat. Oh, that thing had the heat buff on it, so it's heated up 25% faster. So I'm going to be totally tapped for crystals. You there? How much you cost? It's going to cost 60, isn't it? Really? Fact of the matter, it will cost me 60 to actually stand a reasonable chance of making it happen. Let's check the old gate map. We're in... Oh, what? Oh, right, no, we're not in concrete. We're in bunny country, which means... How do I deal with bunny country? Bunny country, do I normally deal with this, or do I... Actually, I think I normally blitz it and it never works, so I might try this way anyway. Yeah, let's do it with a sword. I don't think I'm much good against either, to be honest, but yeah, find out in a moment. One other thing, I've talked about it before, my gaming jukebox. I finally got that back. It's been sat in my mate's house for about 2 years, best part of 2 years since the last button mash, and it doesn't boot. Of course it doesn't boot. That would be silly to think it might still boot after 2 years. No, it needs... I need to deal with a hard drive in that. That's probably fried at this stage. It might not be, but it definitely needs formatting and redoing from scratch. So there's a job. That's something I need to do. It used to have 2 Xbox controllers in it plugged into it to control it, because it ran Beat Hazard, and that's a twin stick shooter, and you needed a controller with twin sticks to make a twin stick shooter work, surprisingly. So I plugged 2 Xbox controllers in, and are you coming over here? Yes, you are. So it did have those in. Apparently when he salvaged it from the building, when it changed management, it no longer had those controllers in. Now, a cynical person says he's probably sat playing on them right now, but I don't know. I think at some point people probably did go through that building and find everything of value and take it. And if you're going through a big room full of storage and finding things that are of value, and you find a big black wooden box that you ain't got any idea what the heck it's supposed to be, but there's 2 Xbox controllers hanging out the front, those are the obviously valuable bit. You tear them out and you flog them to CEX for a tenner. Or Game Station, or wherever, you know, second-hand shop type things. People that will buy such a thing. So I'm now down 2 controllers, which is brilliant. That's another minimum 20 quid, I reckon. to fix that up. Plus, obviously, I need to stick a new operating system on it. However, some interesting news I happened to catch in my morning break at work. I just clicked onto Facebook and saw a announcement from Valve of all people. And when Valve announces something, you know it's something good. Well, apparently they've been teasing it for a couple of days, and I totally missed the teasing thing. But yeah, they've got a page up on their website which is gaming for families and in the home and stuff, in the living room. I think it's part of this drive towards releasing the Steam boxes and things. It's definitely related to the big picture stuff they've been doing. Basically, they are releasing an operating system, Steam OS, and it's a Linux-based operating system, pretty much designed to run Steam, which seems like an odd choice, but I guess they couldn't do a Windows-based one, but it seems like an odd choice given that a lot of games on Steam won't run on Linux. But they are also offering a streaming service so that you can stream from your other computer to your Steam OS-based computer. So if you do have a Windows-based computer, you can then run Windows-based games on that and stream it to your... Well, I'm guessing it's essentially going to be your Steam box, really. I'm hoping that's going to be a drive towards making more games Linux-friendly, because that'd be kind of cool. Now, I don't use Linux, but it'd just be nice to see, to be honest. Getting more people into gaming, right? And that's what we do. Get people into gaming. And of course, obviously, you know, if I were to go down the route of making something Steam OS based, then I would have a Linux based thing, and I would be looking at Linux, so I would want that. And what with the jukebox needing a new operating system and all, and Valve hopefully putting out a new operating system of their own in... I'm really hoping they do actually just release the operating system itself in just a few days. So that'll give me an interesting project to work on for a few days, definitely. So yeah, if that gets released, that'd be cool. I have no idea if Beat Hazard runs on Linux or not, actually. Beat Hazard is... my jukebox runs a few other things, but it principally runs Linux. No, Linux principally runs Beat Hazard, and I have no idea if Beat Hazard is Linux based. It may just be a Windows only thing, which might put a dampener on my plan. Can I grab some loot? No, not all of it. I get the other things I've got Audio Surf, and there are a lot of music games around these days. I should put more things on it, but I don't know how well many of them would lend themselves to the jukebox thing. They might not work. I've got Audio Surf, which only kind of has partial controllers, but you still kind of need a keyboard and jukebox. Keyboard and jukebox, yes, keyboard and jukebox. No, you need keyboard and mouse to control most of Audio Surf, which didn't work out quite so well. Was this not a compound? I don't recall having seen any little ones yet. Where are all the little guys? That's probably a mistake to say that, because now they're going to swarm me all over the place, aren't they? Or did it change at last minute? I'm doing something entirely else. No, there weren't any other options for this one. Ah, there they all are. Little pointy buggers. So yeah, Steam OS looks good. Steam OS looks very, very interesting. I'm liking that a lot. Well, so what are the music games we've got? There's a lot of them out there that just look distinctly mediocre. I don't know if they're worth trying to make a thing out of. And I have no idea how I get this way. How do I get this way? Oh, is it I have to go that way to go back this way kind of deal, I guess. I'm not sure where this is going. Oh, is there a switch behind that? There is! Hi. Oh, it's open both directions. So I can... Ow! You got some reach on that thing, man. So let's just keep everything at arm's length with the old Polaris, because that's just what we do. Well, it's not doing much for the little rabbity guys. Ah, I see. We've got a healer, that's not good. Healer's messing with me, man. Healer's messing with me. And, oh man, I wish these guys didn't shield quite as often as they did. Ow! Let's pop a pill. Did I pop that? I didn't pop that pill. That is 6 of the 12 crystals I wanted to heal up, that level up that thing. And I still haven't healed up. Why have I not popped... Eat a frickin' pill. There we go. Jesus. I think the guy wants to die. I do kind of need to see what was over at the bunny side of things. I don't want to, but I need to. What if they had lots of radiant crystals and I need those? And those things, they have a deceptive range. They look like they've got a really short, stubby little sword and they hit from miles away. I really hate them. So, rabby things. UK. Let's charge up a big attack and get a crowd of them. Foomph. Did I get most of them? Yeah. So, I've had 2 weeks off. I've had time to think about my channel and what works and what doesn't work. So, I'm also looking at making a few changes in the channel as well as everything else, you know. I keep saying this all the time. I keep going, oh, I'm gonna make these drastic sweeping changes to my channel. It's gonna revolutionize everything, and everything's gonna be better. And whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it's something I fancy doing. Basically, if you watched my 2 videos so far this week, you'll have noticed I've pretty much started kicking the outros in the head. I've always put the outros at the end of the videos to say, hey, look at all this other stuff I do. Come see my other stuff. And, oh, I see. This is how it goes, is it? This is an arena, isn't it? Oh, fricker. Have I done a compound arena before? That's a new thing. That seems like something I haven't come across before. So what are the rabbits spawn indefinitely and I have to kill all the robots before the rabbits overwhelm me? Maybe? Yeah, that seems to be the case. Okay, let's run away from the frickin' robots that's overpowered, man. You got anything down here? No, there's just 2 robots in this lot. I'd also like to take a little bit of a different tack in the type of content I'm putting on here. I mean, I'm definitely still going to do Spiral Knights. It's going to be Spiral Knights heavy. But what I've found lately is... I posted also on Twitter as well, actually. By far, the video I enjoy doing the most is Spiral Knights Reloaded. And not even playing... Well, actually, playing through it is quite fun. For some reason, I can just ramble about... For some reason, I really don't know why it's so different to anything else, but I can just ramble about God knows what for ages in Spiral Knights Reloaded and just keep going, and that's just fun. I like that. And, of course, doing all the voices for all the characters, that's a load of fun as well. It's just a monumental fun to record, and I hope that I hope that comes across, and I think that's why it's actually quite popular. So, that's the thing. That sort of inspired me. What other content can I do in that vein? In my weeks off, and indeed before that, I've been watching a lot of... There's a guy, Milby, on YouTube. Milbyful, M-I-L-B-E-E-F-U-L is his channel, Milbyful. He's one of the Minecraft guys. He's doing a playthrough of Katoa Shoujo, which is a Japanese-style visual novel thing. It's not actually Japanese, it's made by 4chan, but... It's really, really well written, and it's a really cool thing, and he spends a lot of time doing silly voices and just sort of messing about, and it's kind of... I like that. I'm really enjoying watching that. In my time off, when I've been cutting out stencils and stuff, I've just sat and spent like 3-4 hours straight just watching episode after episode after episode of him playing through this. And visual novels aren't short. He's up to like episode 80 or something, and he does half-hour episodes like me, so he's got like 40 hours worth of content there, which is ludicrous. And he's still going strong as well. And that's the kind of thing I'm thinking, maybe not a visual novel specifically, but there is a game I've had in my head for a while now that's visual novel-esque that I should like to attempt to do. And I'm still not going to say what it is for fear of ruining everything. Because if I say it, I'm going to kind of commit myself to doing it, and I'm not sure I'm ready to do it. I'm not up to Milby standard, okay? I'll do it when I'm absolutely ready to make a complete spectacle of myself. But I've got something in the works there that involves probably doing a lot of silly voices and a lot of talking, and I like the talking. It'll be good. I'm really hoping that could be a fun thing to do. Milby does it on the on webcam as well. He doesn't normally do his videos on webcam, but for this, he's kind of got it set up so there's something more going on screen than just text, which is also a good format. I've got my PlayStation Eye web camera, which is actually kind of a good web camera, so it's something I could do. I'm not sure whether it's something I would feel confident doing, but it's something I could do. I will say that much for it. So I've been going for, good lord, best part of an hour. I am wondering if I should cut this in half and do 2 half things. This could be a thing. I might do that, actually. So then you've got... Well, it's a bit pointless my saying it now, because if I say it now, this will be at the end of the second half, but then the way it will work is that at the end of the first half, it'll be a cliffhanger, and it will be to be continued tomorrow. That could work. I think I'll do that. That way you get more Spiral Nights, and everyone's happy. Yeah? Okay, cool. So, after, good lord, I don't even know how many floors I've done now. Too many floors. After many floors and about an hour's worth of waffling. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Meroka. Please do remember to leave a like if you've enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you're not already, because I love subscribers. You guys are cool. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Meroka. This has been Spiral Nights, and I'll see you next time. Yeah!